I said, today I want to start with punctuality. Okay. So what is punctuality? You know in your work that you are required to show up on time. Punctuality simply means you are able to show up consistently at work on time. You are able to show up always. You are able to show up on time, and then you are able to show up prepared. Okay, and this is consistent. Every one of us can show up at work on time once in a while. Every one of us can show up at work maybe consistently for a week, or maybe 5 days or 3 days. But what I'm talking about here is that it is your character. People just know you as someone who will show up on time. Then we say you are punctual, right? You have the value of punctuality, and people know you to be a punctual person. That is where I'm coming from. But first, I want to start with the reason why you should be punctual. You see, for every workplace, you have the reporting time and you have the closing time. The reporting time and the closing time are not necessarily set based on when you will start working actually, right? So the reporting time can be 8 a.m., but your work actually starts at 10. This doesn't give you the freedom to show up at 10 or 9 or even 5 minutes after 8. Okay, the reporting time set at work is not about work. It's not about when you show up at work. Okay, it's not about when you start to work. The reporting time is a test. It's a test of your self-control, number one. It's a test of your reliability. That is number two. And number three, it is a test of your respect for authority. I'll repeat them. The reporting time set at every workplace is meant to test your ability to control yourself. That means you have rulership over yourself. If you can't rule yourself, you can't lead people. Okay? So if you can lead yourself, then you can lead people. So it's a test of your ability to lead yourself. That means to control yourself. That means you have your life under control. And for that matter, we can put people or tasks in your charge and trust that you will be reliable. So number two is to see if you are reliable. That means if we need you at any point in time, we can have your attention. And then number three, we want to see if you respect authority. For example, if the reporting time to my company is 7 a.m. and you show up at 7 a.m., but your tasks are starting at 2 p.m. every day, but you consistently show up at 7, it tells me that you have respect for me as an authority who set the time, because you were not necessarily required to be at the workplace by 7 a.m., but you do anyways, okay? Because you respect me as an authority who put the time out there. So that is what reporting time is all about. Now, the closing time similarly shows your ability to control yourself and stay through the work. So sometimes you finish your work early, maybe by 12 you are done, but the closing time is 5 p.m. You can't leave. You have to stay up to 5 p.m. Your ability to stay through up to that time before you, or even stay a little bit later after 5 before you go home, tells people that you have respect for authority. You have self-control because you were tempted to go, but you didn't. And also you respect authority, and you are therefore very reliable. It means at every point in time within the time frame that you are required to work, if they need you, they can have you. So you are very reliable, and that is what you want to be. Okay, so this is what punctuality is all about. Now I want to look at 3 cultures. Okay, they all have different senses of what punctuality means. So we will look at the North American culture, the European culture, and the Asian culture. Because now most of the companies in Ghana are multinational companies, and we need to know how they work so that we can respond to them in the right sense that they understand punctuality to be. So we start with the North Americans. Okay, North Americans view punctuality in the same light that I've just explained. If you are very punctual, showing up on time, always, staying throughout the work and keeping your time, they see you as a very reliable and someone they can trust. And for a North American, punctuality means you are about 5 to 10 minutes early to the time. So if they say come to work at 8, they expect you to be there by 7:50 or 7:55 latest. They see lateness, even 1 minute of lateness, as disrespect for authority. Okay? And so that is something you never want to be recorded against your name if you work for a North American company. For the Europeans are split, right? You have the Northern Europeans and Western Europeans. They are stricter than the Americans. If they say you are supposed to show up by 8 a.m., they mean that you should be there at exactly that time. You can't be late, but you can't be too early too. Because being too early means that you'll be inconveniencing them as well. So you want to be there around the time. That is maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes just to the time, and you are never late. Because even a single minute of lateness means a whole lot to them. Then the eastern and southern part are a little bit more relaxed. They are more like the Americans, so they expect you to be there 5 to 10 minutes to the time. All right. Then the Asians also have respect for people who are very committed to time, but they are a little bit more flexible, especially in business. They are a little bit more flexible. They can take 2 minutes lateness, and they will still be fine. But they have respect for people who show up on time. They see you as very reliable and serious about business. Okay, so these are the cultures that you should be very mindful of. Now, as I said, the bottom line is consistency. You don't want to be a one-time pony. You showed up today very early and you closed late, but you can't do it more than 3 days. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about young men who are committed and known to be punctual always. If I call for a meeting, I know they will be there, first of all. Secondly, I know they will be there on time. And then thirdly, I know when they show up, they will be prepared. They will not show up at work before they are running back to go and pick their notebooks. They will not show up at the meeting before they tell you that, okay, they've left their phone somewhere, they have to go and bring it before they join the meeting. They show up prepared and ready to give their best and add value. And they do this consistently. They are almost known as people who are like this. And that is what we want our young people to be. And if you fall in this category, you become part of the top 1% that every company is looking for. Okay? Add this to your talent, and you have almost set yourself apart as an exceptional young person who is fit for purpose to be hired and who can add value to any company at any point in time. Right? But this consistency, this level of consistency requires sacrifice. Okay? People know me to be very punctual, especially my students, but they don't know what goes behind the scenes to keep that punctuality going. Okay? There are many times that I have left my phone at home and I'm already on my way and I had to go to the class and I've left my phone at home. There are many occasions where I even left my office key at home and I still went to the class to teach. After that, I will look at what I can do about the office key because it's a commitment, right? So for you to be consistently punctual, you need to make sacrifices. And some of the sacrifices can go as far as you sleeping very early when you don't want to sleep early, waking up really early when you don't feel like doing it. Sometimes the examples that I've given you, you've left your phone somewhere or you've abandoned something on your way to the meeting, but you still have to show up at the meeting and let that go. Maybe lose an opportunity. There was a time that I told students that I've missed a contract because of that, and it was true. Okay, but I don't regret it because punctuality is not something that I can compromise. And I think that as young people, you have to learn to make this a priority. You want to be known for that. It is not that you are someone who just shows up at work on time, but you want to be known as someone who is punctual. And once that becomes part of your character, you have distinguished yourself in the workplace. You are now among the top 1% of productive people in the workplace. It doesn't matter the level of your skill. People will have so much respect for you because you can show up on time and give your best. Now, the final thing I want to teach is this. What if you are running late already? Let's say you were coming to work, the reporting time is 8 a.m., but it's already 8. Then you are in trouble. All right? It's 8 and you are not at work. You are in trouble. You don't have to wait until it's 8 a.m. before you know you are running late. So wherever you are staying, the first day you are going to work, you need to calculate the time it takes you to get to the workplace. I know that it takes 45 minutes from my home to my workplace. Sometimes it can vary. Sometimes I can do 30 minutes if there's no traffic. Sometimes I do an hour. So I'll set an hour as the time required for me to get to work. Now, if something happens on the way, and let's say it is left with just 30 minutes, but I know I can't make it within 30 minutes, what I will do is to call. Okay, so I'll call into the meeting and let them know that I am running late. So that is what you do. If you foresee that you are going to be late, call in 30 minutes to the time and let them know that you are going to be late. And once you arrive, apologize for being late. That tells them that lateness is not your character, but it is just circumstances beyond your control that made you late that day. And you don't repeat that consistently. You don't do that maybe 3-4 times. No. It happens only once a while. And when it happens, that is how you handle it. You call in 30 minutes early, let them know that you are running late because of this. And then when you get there, you don't give excuses. You don't say, oh, I was running late because my son was sick. No. You apologize, say, I'm sorry for being late. And that is okay. People will really appreciate that you respect their time. And so you apologize. Now, one last thing. Being late actually means that you don't respect the time of the people who are waiting for you at work. That is number one. Number two, being late is theft because you are being paid, for example, to stay at work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you are 5 minutes late, you've stolen 5 minutes of the time of your work, and you are being paid for that. So that is theft. If you show up late, you are also disrespecting authority because respect for authority means you carry out the instructions that they have given you. And finally, if you are late, you are showing that you are not reliable. It means if they need you 5 minutes early to the start of work, they can't find you. The person they will find at that time is the most reliable among you. And they will remember him when there's an opportunity. All right. So in conclusion, make it your top priority to be punctual. And punctuality means that you will get to work always, you'll be there always, no excuses. You will be there on time and you'll be there prepared all the time. When you are called to meetings, you'll be there always, you'll be there on time, you'll be there prepared, whether you like the meeting or not. Okay? If you are sent somewhere, you will go on time, you will always go, and you will be there prepared to work. If you are able to make this your character consistently, then you put yourself in the bracket of young people who are fit for purpose and will always attract high regard from authorities at work. All right, so I'm going to end here.